My name is Zamil Solanki, and it's an absolute pleasure to be joining each and every one of you again on another episode this morning. And if you are watching, you know the deal. Some likes, some hearts, and if you are watching on YouTube, definitely hit that subscribe button as well. And if you are watching on LinkedIn, definitely give the page a follow as well, because that would be absolutely awesome to help drive up some engagement and interest in the page. As we come to you from a very wet Brisbane this morning. And if you are watching, definitely drop a comment in the comment section below saying hi, because that way I get to interact with each and every one of you and give you a personal shout out as well. So absolutely awesome. But if you are watching a replay, still feel free to drop comments in the comment section below, because I respond to each and every one of them. Because at the end of the day, interaction drives conversation, and that's what we're all about here. Is about creating a dialogue between you and I on all of the topics that we cover in T with Z. Now, a special shout out to, and if you are watching from the Limitless Network, I'm going to give you a shout out right now. Somebody's just dropped a comment from there as well, but unfortunately comes up with, as you can see here, I'm going to bring it back up. It comes up as Facebook user for some reason. So if you are watching from the Limitless Network, and I was just about to give you a shout out right now, you just need to head to chat.restream.io/FB and just grant us permission to be able to see your name. So if you quickly just head there right now, chat.restream.io/FB, if you are watching from the Limitless Network, just grant us permission, because the streaming software, just because within a Facebook group, they've changed, a few months back, changed some permission settings, and that's what we need to do now. Unfortunately, it's that extra little step. So I would love to actually, and you know what, I can still do it a quick little manual way. Let me bring up and just see who is jumping on the... Hey, Jackie. Jackie, so good to have you on here. And Jackie, if you don't know Jackie yet, Jackie is a massive, massive supporter of Tea with Z. So a special shout out to you, Jackie, this morning. And thanks for jumping on in the Limitless Network. Jackie's an absolute superstar, based down in the southern states of Australia. And yeah, absolutely stoked to have you on board this morning, Jackie, and to everybody else as well. And as I mentioned before, if you are watching from the Limitless Network, definitely jump on and join as well. Be like Jackie, who's an absolute rock star, and jump onto the Limitless Network as well. All the details are in the description box below. But let's get cracking into today's topic, because that's what we're all here for. Today's topic. So yesterday we talked about, the age of the sale and what is coming about, and what we're starting to see more and more is this, I guess, forever notion of discounting. This forever notion of discounting, where we're seeing, I guess, no uniqueness, I guess you could say, no uniqueness between different businesses and different competitors, and essentially the race to the bottom. And in the age of the sale, what we're seeing now is, really one sale kind of just leads into the next, which leads into the next. We've just had Black Friday. We've just had Cyber Monday. Now we're ramping up for Christmas. Then as soon as Christmas hits, we'll have the New Year, fresh New Year sales, and then into Valentine's Day and all of that moving forward. And as a result of that, when you start to see, I guess, this normalization of the sale, well, how do we start to differentiate ourselves? How do we start to make ourselves unique? And what I really wanted to touch on today was, I guess, the key to survival. And I absolutely love this quote, and it is in the description box below. It's from Leon C. Megginson, and it is not the strongest or the most intelligent who will survive, but those who can best manage change. So what does that refer to? What does that refer to? Well, essentially it means that you don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the most skilled. You don't have to have all of the amazing resources at your disposal. Essentially, it's meaning that you need to be the most adaptable to survive. And COVID has definitely taught us this. COVID has really and truly reinforced this message. And when you look back and you see when this quote was established, it was established decades ago. And when you look at, I guess, the translation of that sort of mindset and that sort of sentiment from being decades ago to even now, it still holds so true, and it will continue to hold true. The reason is that we're a human species. We are a species that requires adaptability to its environment in order to survive. And that's the same with every living creature on this planet. We need to be adaptable in order to survive. So, how do we do that along our own entrepreneurial journey? Well, it firstly takes a step back. It takes a step back at looking at what we want to do and what we need to do for our health business. What are the trends? What are the opportunities? And exploring those within our businesses to help identify where we need to be adaptable. It's also touching on the weaknesses and the areas and the opportunities that we have to improve within our businesses, and deep diving into that and going, well, where are we vulnerable? Where are we vulnerable? And if things were to change like that, where are we vulnerable? And what's going to prevent us from being adaptable to change? Now, we're seeing right now massive requirements of adaptability once again in massive industries across the board, because as you may have heard, the Australian government has delayed opening the borders. It was meant to be opening literally tomorrow, and now it's been postponed for another couple of weeks because of this new COVID variant. And so, what's your adaptability? What's your contingency plans, knowing that the rug can be pulled out from under you in just a matter of seconds? And that adaptability then really, I guess, needs to be at the forefront of our mind. How can we pivot? How can we change? And I'm bringing up that word again. I guess the big buzzword of 2020 was the word pivot. But now we're pivoting again because we're now re-entering different elements in different stages of lockdown, regardless of vaccination rates and things like that, because there's still so much uncertainty within, I guess, the environment and the world in which we live in. And what does that mean? When uncertainty is widespread, we then feel anxious, we then feel panicked, we then feel dis-ease and discomfort. And as a result of that, we make irrational decisions. Now, when you look at irrational decision making and the need to be adaptable, they don't go hand in hand, because if we're making irrational decisions, then we're blocking out some key elements for us to be adaptable. So by having a plan and planning in advance our contingencies and really mapping out what we need to do and how we need to adapt, and the way in which we as health entrepreneurs can help ensure the health and well-being of those that we look after in times of uncertainty, in times of fear, in times of high level anxiety, we need to plan for this. We need to have plans for this. And by having plans for that, then we can better adapt. And by better adapting, we can then not only survive, but we can thrive. Why? Why can we thrive when others just survive? Is because we've made a game plan. We've made a game plan knowing full well what we need to do in order to adapt. We're planning in advance, if shit hits the fan, what we need to do. And as a result of that, those that have the opportunity to really look and go, well, what do I need to do right now in order to be adaptable? They're the ones that are going to survive. But as health entrepreneurs, this is why I'm touching on this next step, is that we're now bringing out high levels of uncertainty, fear, anxiety, tension. So as healthpreneurs, what are we doing to alleviate that? Well, it's about communicating our plans. It's about communicating what we are doing within our businesses to be adaptable, to ensure that we can service the needs and health and well-being of not only ourselves, our team, our community, our consumers, our customers, and our patients. By opening a dialogue, by creating a dialogue and coming to the forefront of that, that eases concerns, because at the end of the day, we're not making assumptions. The community, the patience that you have, the customers, the consumers aren't making assumptions about how you're going to handle it. You're coming out and telling them how you're going to handle it. And as a result of that, through open and honest communication, you're easing those concerns. And that's the true power of a healthpreneur, to communicate effectively and efficiently in a way that relieves anxiety, relieves tension, creates levels of certainty, and addresses those essential human needs that are key for our own sense of well-being and joy. And so by having a plan and then communicating that plan and being open and honest about what that means, not only for yourselves, but for those that you serve, those that work with you, then you can bring them along the journey with you. You can empower them with the tools. And lastly, ask for help. Ask for help. So create a plan, communicate that plan, and lastly, ask for help. Ask for help because at the end of the day, once again, we require external resources in order to be adaptable. We require input and insights from others to help us know what we need to do in order to be adaptable. So ask for help. Ask for help along your own health journey. And there's so many amazing people that you can ask for help from, but it's just recognizing yourself, what you want help with, and being prepared to not only just ask for that help, but to receive the support. And that's why we've created the Limitless Network, and the details are in the description box below, because the Limitless Network is a group of like-minded healthpreneurs from all walks of life, not just running health dedicated businesses, that are here to support. So if you do have any questions, any anxieties, it is a safe place to start discussing what your concerns might be and how the community can best support you. So all the details are in the comment section below, and I really encourage each and every one of you to come along this journey, So that's it from me today. My departing question for you is, how adaptable are you? How adaptable, and how adaptable do you believe your business is versus how adaptable do you believe, well, does your customers, your patients, your consumers, and your team believe? And as a result of that, where's the overlap, but where's also the disconnect? And how are you going to address that moving forward? So that's it from me today. Have an absolutely amazing day. And yeah, I really look forward to catching up with you and reading your comments and your thoughts. Drop them below. What adaptability means to you and how you formulating a game plan to move forward and through it. So from my heart to yours, thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Tea with Z. It's been absolutely awesome. And yeah, let's keep those comments coming in, because it's really, really cool to start reading those comments and seeing, what adaptability means to you. So that's it from me today. Have an absolutely amazing day. And I look forward to catching up with you in the Limitless Network and on another episode of Tea with Z tomorrow. So have an awesome day, and bye for now.